Hello and welcome everyone. The final Beatty mission will aim to get me up close and personal, but this hunt will prove to be the most delicate stalk yet for Layton Lakes. I'm on the last mission for Paul Beatty, and this time I've been challenged to use a bow. I'll have to travel to the Willipeg caves and harvest a moose downed within 30 meters with a bow. I'll have to shoot the moose within the highlighted area on the western side of the map. The Willipeg caves have a small lake to the south and a hunting stand in the middle, so I'll begin my search there. I've already discovered a couple zones for moose, but can't recall what animals are there, so I'll scout for those first, then look for more along the way. For this, I'll be using the Bear Claw Light compound bow with 600 grain arrows. Their effective range is 40 meters, so taking a shot at 30 meters should be just fine. But getting within the 30 meters to take the shot will be the trick. Moose don't spot me visually very often, but being upwind or too loud has gotten me busted more than once. The moose caller, however, could potentially bring one in, so I'll be sure to bring that along as well. There's an outpost conveniently placed within the highlighted area, but spawning in there will spook away any nearby animals. So I began by fast traveling elsewhere, then hiking my way in. Anticipating a return trip, I dropped a tent 250 meters away to spawn into later. And from there, I began my search. It was during moose rest time, so I headed to the hunting structure first to see what I could find. On the way, I passed a feed zone I had previously discovered. It only had one animal in it, but after checking some nearby tracks, he turned out to be a potentially decent-sized bull. I made a note of my find, then continued on to the stand. When I didn't find much at first, I began circling the area looking for rest zones. On the way, I found a giant hole in the ground east of the caves. My curiosity almost caused me to do some involuntary spelunking, but thankfully I hopped my way out. In the process, I heard a warning call. A single animal rest zone turned out to be two single animals, so I had some possibilities here. I checked the tracks and found them to potentially be the same bull from the feed zone before. I finished looking around the stand, but came up empty-handed from here. But my timing was just right for drink zones, so I headed over to the lake to take a look. I found a spot on the hill that had a good view and waited. After a few minutes, they began to come in. Out in front was a small level 3, potentially matching the tracks I found earlier. His estimate, however, only put him at a low-scoring silver at best. There was another bull in the herd, but he was even smaller. Thankfully, they set up shop just outside the area, leaving the occupant of the other zone unaccounted for. So I patiently watched and waited. Just as I started to doze off, he came out of the woods. His estimate was much better. Due to his late arrival, matching weight, and solitary existence, he was likely one of the ones I spooked from before. On his way to the lake, the wind betrayed me, and he went alert. I backed off and attempted to get closer to the lake for a better angle from the wind. Eventually, he calmed down and settled in. The wind was still a bit poor, but I decided that this was as good a time as any to try for the harvest, so I slowly made my way down the shoreline. From here, I played an intricate game of red light, green light. Each time he lowered his head, I would crawl up a little closer. I kept a close eye on him as I went, trying not to send him running for the hills. As I got closer, it got trickier. At about 35 meters, he would spot me and go alert. As soon as he turned his back, I crept a little closer, slowly inching my way inside the 30-meter mark. This went on for a while, but slowly I got closer and closer. I knew that when the moment arrived, I would have to act fast. I don't have the Like a Pro perk unlocked yet, so I can't shoot him while prone. But standing up will likely spook him away entirely, so I'll only get one brief chance at a shot. And this time, he finally came in close enough. Here goes nothing. Got him. He turned broadside at just the right moment. And he's down. Not bad for a level 3. Let's see what I got. And he is a silver, scoring 151.87. He's not a monster, but he's no slouch either. The hunt itself was super fun and unique, so I had a blast just trying my luck. My quick shot got 3 vitals, hitting both lungs and the liver at 25 meters. With a harvest made within 30 meters with a bow, I completed the mission. So that wraps things up for Paul Beatty. These missions had a funny mix of things to do and had me going after more cows than I would have liked, but overall I had some fun adventures. If this video was helpful or you learned something along the way, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll be adding more of these guides as I go along with my progression, so be sure to check in for more Call of the Wild content. Thanks for watching.